Joe here, bridging the gap between best practices and your reality, bringing to you stories and lessons from my life and times as a large plant manager, and hopefully being able to help you on your journey. Today's topic is wrench time, managing craft break times, the big lie that is actually a huge opportunity most don't know about. First of all, hit like and subscribe. I think there's a button in the bottom right on my side here. But this is a huge lie and people are mismanaging. I mismanaged it for years and that's why I'm so passionate about it. I'm back from 10 days in Colorado. Some of you subscribers maybe say, hey, where's Joe at? He gets out 3 videos a week. I've been in Colorado for 10 days, and then I attended the SMRP conference in Louisville. Actually was able to present to close to 200 people. So very excited to do that. Some of my concepts, you get it right here for free on my YouTube channel. So let's start with the situation. Okay, an efficiency consultant brings to your attention that, hey, your crafts are starting their shift 10 minutes late, going to breaks 10 minutes early, coming back 5 minutes late, and ending the shift 20 minutes early. There's a huge opportunity there, Joe, Mr. Plant Manager, Mr. Maintenance Manager. You know, trust me, that equals 75 minutes lost in a shift. If we manage this, our current wrench time's 35%, we can get to 50% wrench time. The math works out, trust me on this. Okay, so assume you have 100 craft people at 35% wrench time, you get 1,400 productive hours per week. If you have 50% wrench time, 100 craft people, 40 hours a week, you get 2,000 productive hours a week. Difference between those two being 600. So the consultant says, hey, at 50% wrench time, we can cut 30 people. So you don't need to hire 30 people. That's $3 million in savings. Give me my check. $3 million in savings every year. Who wouldn't pay a consultant for that money? Just for managing breaks. Do you believe this? Most consultants do. Most plant managers do. Even a lot of maintenance managers do. I promise you, the crews don't and the crew leaders. That time around breaks will not turn into wrench time. It will not. They'll just find some other place to go. But there's an underlying problem. Let's analyze that. First of all, this topic was actually in one of the presentations that I listened to at the SMRP conference. So this is common knowledge and common that it's being taught. So let's analyze it using 5 whys, okay? Simple 5 whys, it sounds like fun. And I'm just going to use a break, and it can be shift start, it can be shift end. I just wanted to analyze one of them. So first why? Why does the crew come back from break 10 minutes, come back to go to break 10 minutes early and leave 5 minutes late? Answer, the supervisor allows it. Second why? Why does the supervisor allow it? Answer, the crew does not have enough work, 8 hours worth of work to complete in the day. This is a big one, guys. Big that you get that. The crew does not have 8 hours of work to complete in that day. The third why. Why does the crew not have 8 hours worth of work to do in the day? Answer, the planner did not adequately plan, kit, and stage work to fill the day. Why number 4? Why did the planner not plan enough work for the day? Answer, the planner assumed worst case for emergency work, that means people getting pulled off to do other jobs, or for discovery work. Hey, one time we did this job, it took 8 hours. You know, 9 times out of 10 it only took 2, but one time it took 8, so they plan it for 8. You got 50 years worth of those worst case scenarios playing out inside of your schedule. So they assumed worst case for emergency work and discovery work, and they had to get their planned work done to drive their KPIs. They're measured by KPIs, so you want to get those planned scheduled jobs done, so you assume worst case. Why did the planner assume worst case for all this work? Answer, management rewards them for getting the planned work done while doing all the emergency works and things that comes up in the day. They actually pat them on the back and say, good job to the crew. And as ignorant to the waste. Management is ignorant to the waste that this creates. You're managing based on biased KPIs. You monitor PM compliance and things like schedule compliance, just to name two of them. And management ignores that there's hours and hours of waste in a particular day. So that waste manifests itself by longer breaks, longer lunches, earlier quits, and later starts. That's where it happens. You know, I want you to look at extended breaks, starts, and stops as a great sign. You have an easy opportunity to improve wrench time, but it doesn't come from managing breaks. It doesn't come from that. Everybody knows that. If you get out on the shop floor, you know that, folks. That's easy to observe in chalk circle. 4 hours, you'll get that easy, or you can take it from me. So what do you got to manage to capture that, turn that into an opportunity? One, you got to change the expectations of the planners to include they're accountable to drive wrench time. They're not to plan for worst case. Hey, if you don't get schedule compliance done because of discovery work or emergency work, that is okay. Number two, add full kitting and staging to jobs. Full kit. Don't give people the opportunity to go back to the shop to find a bolt, to find a key, to find some gasket material. That should be included on the kit. Keep the people out on the work job. Number three, separate work crews into planned and unplanned crews, and have a second level approval required to take somebody off of a planned job to do emergency work. You separate those crews, you'll get your wrench time up to 50% for the planned work crew. And guys, the emergency work crew, you don't manage them anyway. The work comes at them. You need to manage the level of people in that group, but you don't win this game by managing and getting great at emergency work. You win the reliability game by doing planned work. Okay, page two. Page two. The hypothesis I've proved time and time again as a leader, a department manager, maintenance manager, and plant manager 3 times is give the crafts the tools, the parts, the equipment, the instruction, the coordination. They will work hard and do precision work. Break time is a good KPI that you're not doing those things well. You're not planning, scheduling, kitting, giving them instruction and coordination. It's not a crew work ethic thing. Get off that. You know, not a night. At the last plant I was at, the number one detractor to wrench time was not assigning enough work. But you got to have your eyes open to seeing that. And most plants say, my crew's lazy. I've had so many plant managers, I walk into the plant and they tell me, hey, the biggest problem I got is the crew efficiency and work ethic. And I've never found that the case. I've got over 30 locations that I've been to and never found that to be the case. So your task for next week, chalk circle a full shift. Chalk circle, it's kind of my go-to answer, I know, but do your own 5 why on why there's break time extension. I've never found it to be a crew work ethic issue, not one single time. It could appear that way, but many of us have conditioned employees over 20 years that we're only giving them 2 hours worth of work, so they take longer breaks and lunches. They have to be somewhere. If they're not in the break room, they're going to be out hiding. They're not going to get more, or it's just out of sight. So the crews will respond. I promise you. If we do in management do our job and get the tools in place, the equipment in place, the coordination in place, just kitting and staging, folks, you can drive that wrench time and get these gains that we're talking about. You cannot get them by just being a disciplinarian and say break time starts at 9, ends at 9:15. I want nobody in there before 9 and nobody in there after 9:15. That is a failure of leadership. Begin your journey, folks. Again, this stuff is not that hard. If you need pointers from me, give me an email. If you want an experienced guide, I can shave you years off your deployment. I've done this before. I can see it. I can help guide you along the way as an investment, not with huge upfront cost, can deliver results in just weeks. Hit like and subscribe. Thank you.